All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday morning here, live from Elyria, Ohio. You are watching week number 12 of the Steel City Renegades. Well, week number 12 for the NFL football season. I think this is week number 17 for us this year. Chipper's back with us, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Big game today for the Pittsburgh Steelers as they go to Chicago and take on the 8-2 Chicago Bears, who are rolling right now. We want to bring in
7-3.
They're 7-3.
7-3.
Okay, sorry. 7-3 Chicago Bears, who are rolling. We got Dees joining us. Dees, how you doing?
Good. How are we doing, boys?
From the cornfields of Illinois.
From the cornfield of Illinois, yes. We got Donnie in the chat, Shane O'Mac in the chat, Gene in the chat. How you guys doing? Got 7 people watching right now. Keep continuing to share the show. But let's get into it real quick. Big game coming up here for the Pittsburgh Steelers as we sit. What's our record, Chipper? Come on.
6-4.
6-4 right now coming into the season. We're currently number 1 in the AFC North, ahead of Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. Joe Burrow may be back today.
No.
He's not back.
Adam Schefter said this morning that he is not playing today.
Okay, so who's starting at quarterback? Flacco starting?
Flacco.
Okay, so Flacco's in. Shedeur Sanders gets his first ever NFL career start for the Cleveland Browns as they go to Vegas. It's a 4 o'clock game, but let's get into
Bet your house on whoever they play.
The Raiders?
the Raiders.
The Raiders.
So as we did beginning of the season, I got the Chicago Bears losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and us finishing 12-5. So far,
Hey, we only need Tomlin only needs 3 more wins to keep his streak alive.
Yep, 3 more wins. So let's try and get it here. Adam in the chat says, "Go Bears, fuck the Steelers." Well, thanks for joining us, Adam. We appreciate you. But other than that, man, Chipper, your thoughts on this game? What are the keys to victory here for the Steelers? Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears, so hopefully he's playing today. He's been talking to him about playing. Word is on the street that he's 50-50, so we will see.
Yeah, it's a game time decision. Well, the way that Mason played last week, I guess it doesn't boil down to if A-Rod plays or not, because Mason looked pretty good last week in relief. So I was going to say that would be the main thing, but who knows? I mean, if A-Rod doesn't play, I'm comfortable with Mason playing. He looked pretty good last week.
Bill King, thank you for joining us. His battle of top 3 pick go to the Browns. Gene says, I like the fact that it's anyone ahead of Baltimore. I'll give you that, Gene.
And it's just a matter of, will our offense finally get its shit together? I mean, the defense has finally stepped up the last 2-3 weeks. So they've at least been consistent the last couple weeks. Now we just need the offense to get their heads out of their asses and actually do something.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think is going to take to get this offense going? What's the problem?
We can't do it because trading deadline's already passed, so we can't get that wide receiver too.
Well, would you go out and get Brandon Ayuk now that he was terminated from his contract? Just asking a question, not saying that I want him. Would you go get him?
Wait, what?
Brandon Ayuk's contract by the 49ers was terminated.
When the fuck that happened?
Earlier
like
this week,
Wednesday or Thursday?
I think.
Wednesday.
I knew he was not happy. I didn't realize that.
Unless it was fake news. Unless it was fake news.
No, Adam Schefter reported.
Okay.
His contract was terminated.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't even. I've seen a lot of people talking about Brandon Ayuk, but I didn't actually see that they shit canned him. That's wild.
I would have liked to have maybe gone after who was at the Saints.
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded them going after him, but apparently they're.
Well, with all due respect, we have Brandon Cooks at home. His name is MVS, and he's sitting in the fucking practice squad. To me, they're the same player. Like they're not going to come in and really change your offense all that much. I mean, if we could get Brandon Ayuk on the cheap, like, hey, you come in for the vet minimum for the rest of the year and prove yourself. Otherwise, no. He hasn't been able to stay healthy, so that kind of gives me pause. However, I said it last week. Chipper, you weren't here. I said I was pretty much done with Calvin Austin.
Right there's the news, Dees.
Okay. Well, I believe you. I hadn't seen it. But I said I was done with Calvin Austin. That experiment of him being the number 2 is over, and it was almost like I was prophetic because Calvin Austin only had 19 snaps and Roman Wilson had 37. Now, Roman didn't tear it up or anything, but he had a couple of nice catches there, and it looks like maybe he's starting to earn the trust of both Arthur and whoever the quarterback may happen to be, because I think Rome Wilson can be a talented receiver. Calvin Austin's kind of a one-trick pony. He's not a guy that is going to be the a Deontay Johnson type. He doesn't run the best routes. He's just fast, and he's shown that he's not super reliable when it comes to his hands. I think him basically dropping that ball, which led to an interception, kind of led to his lack of use last week. But I liked what Roman did while he was in there, and maybe that's the trend that we're seeing.
And you know what's odd is okay, we never actually went after our wide receiver 2 because it was the assumption Artie's offense is based on, tight ends, and A-Rod likes to throw to tight ends, but I don't see a lot of targets to the tight ends.
Well, unless you're Darnell Washington.
Last week,
even that, I mean, last week was last week, but prior to that, we haven't seen a lot of it. We've had a couple of flashes from the tight ends, but nothing like what we expected probably coming into the season, especially with Jonnu Smith walking in here with 86 catches last year. He's been a huge disappointment. And honestly, people are talking about how, we're going to get rid of Freiermuth in the offseason and go with Jonnu. I think I'd go the other way.
Yeah, why would you get rid of Freiermuth and keep Jonnu? I mean, I think Jonnu, I think that they didn't think that Washington was as far as long as he was in his development. You don't need Jonnu now. I'm cool with having Freiermuth, Washington, and Connor Haywood as our third tight end, because that's all we really need him for. That and play fullback and beat a quarterback when they need to do the 1 yard run that they do, or their version of the push. I'm cool with that, but you do not need Jonnu Smith.
I mean,
you could trade him.
I mean, what I've seen out of Darnell Washington this season, let alone what he did last week.
No, I'm looking out the window. Darnell Washington just ran somebody over.
Yeah, he's come along real well this year. So yeah, I'm wondering, do they? Jonnu is under a 1 year contract. Yes, is that right? 2 year. Okay. Yeah. So then do you just trade him or waive him after this year because of the way Washington's progressed, and you've already given Freiermuth, that 4 year extension, I think is what it was for.
Yeah, I honestly, I think both of them have, after this season, both of them are going to be under contract for 2 more years.
Okay.
Jaylen Warren, yes, he is no longer on the injury report and is expected to be a full go.
All right, D. So I'm going to ask you, like I asked Chipper at the beginning of the show, your keys to the game to go win today in Chicago.
Run the fucking ball.
Is Ryan here?
Yeah, right. Yeah, quick impression for you. But it's true. They got to run the ball. They got to. The Bears are all week long. You've heard about how this Bears defense is great and that they've got all these turnovers. Yes, they have been very opportunistic getting turnovers. However, this Bears defense is not good. Statistically, they are not good. They have not played any like real juggernauts, but they have taken advantage of the turnovers when they've been there. And this game in particular, they are down their top 3 linebackers. They are down like their top 2 or 3 corners. They've literally got guys coming in off the practice squad starting at linebacker. So they got to control the ball. They got to run it. They got a heavy dose of Jaylen Warren and all 3 of them I'd like to see get touches. And also, I hope that Arthur Smith and Tomlin, and I know they don't, but I hope that they have TikTok and Twitter, because all week long you saw one thing, and that is Mount Washington just abusing little boys dressed as Cleveland or as Cincinnati Bengals. So heavy dose of the run, and I feed the mountain, just fucking pound the rock and then dump it off to Darnell Washington. Then the things with DK and Roman and whoever else they put on the other side of DK are going to start to open up.
Did you see that, or not to interrupt you real quick, but did you see that Washington was on somebody's podcast and asked him, well, they got you listed at 287, and he's like, no,
265 is what he's listed at.
He goes, no, I'm 311.
Yeah.
He's 311 pounds at 6'7".
Yeah. He hasn't seen 265 probably since his sophomore year in high school.
I would agree with that.
That is a big boy running at you.
With a quickness. Like he runs a 4.7 And I mean, he's got soft hands. It should be illegal that somebody that big can do the things that he does.
Well, and it still goes back to the fact of the offense. I mean, Artie's offense is predicated on the quarterback throwing to tight ends. A-Rod likes throwing to tight ends. So I just don't understand why Mount Washington or Fryermuth or even John don't see more targets.
I agree. I mean, I think part of it is the fear of the offensive line, and it's a quick one read and go. And if it's not open in that first, second and a half to 2 seconds, we're not seeing it. But I would start dialing some things up and getting him the ball, as quickly as possible, and then just let him run people over the best you can. Now, as far as back to keys to beating this team on the other side of the ball, we have to get pressure. The Bears, I believe, are 6th in the NFL in sacks allowed. And it's not because their offensive line is all world. It's because Caleb Williams is very good at extending plays, getting outside the pocket, and making plays downfield. He's not Lamar Jackson in that he's going to bust off an 80-yard run, but he can get outside, make people miss. He can, hurt you a little bit. I would say I kind of like, oh God, now I can't think of his name. The Chargers QB.
Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Justin Herbert, in that, he can hurt you with his feet, but he's not got game-breaking speed or anything. So we got to be very disciplined, try and keep him within the confines of the pocket. Don't let him escape too much. He hasn't made the big mistakes that he made last year. Turnovers are way down. I think he's only got 4 or 5 interceptions on the season. So just got to play smart. DeAndre Swift is a running back that you can't let get to the second and third level, because that's when he can really hurt you. You got to slow him down. A lot of helmets to the ball. But this team, I don't understand why it's assumed by many outside of the Steelers fandom that this is a loss, as much as it has been that I've seen this week. Because this is a very beatable team. I mean, if you just go and look at the teams that Chicago has played and both lost and beat, it isn't like they've had murderers row. Like they've got wins against the worst, or one of the worst defenses in football, in the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Raiders, a Jaden Daniels less Commanders team, the Saints, the Bengals, the Giants, and the Vikings. That's the teams that the Bears have won. And all of those wins are close games. Like they've had this cardiac effect this year, to where they get these last minute wins, including 1-point wins over the Raiders, the Commanders. They had a 5-point win over the Bengals, where they allowed the Bengals to score 42 points. Giants, they barely won without Cam Scatteraboo. Or maybe that was the game he got hurt. I don't remember. But in any event, this Bears team is not as good as their 7-3 record indicates. And I think the Steelers are a little better than their 6-4 team or record indicates, at least defensively, especially over the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's pump the brakes on that. Let's put a little bit brake fluid in there and let it go through the brake lines and all that with this defense, because we haven't seen consecutive games of them stopping the run or
we did a great job last week.
Actually, we have.
Yeah,
I mean, three weeks in a row, the defense has played very good football. Now, granted, if you look at the yards, it isn't quite as great, but you got to remember that we had the blowout win where the Colts got a bunch of garbage time. When the chips have been down, they've gotten stops when they've needed to. Even against the Chargers, defensively, they were strong. That was the game that Aaron just probably had one of the worst games of his career.
Yeah, QB rating of 4.
Yeah, so the consistency is starting to show up with the defense. Granted, it ain't where I want it to be, but it's getting there, and I believe we are trending in the right direction.
So Adam asked real quick, is Watt going to show up today?
I would expect a lot of that depends on Ben Johnson is a good offensive mind. I think that he is going to follow the lead of the other teams that we've faced, and that they are going to attempt to get rid of the ball very, very quickly. I mean, I think Watt's shown up every game. Watch the tape. You know, he can't get home in 1.75 seconds, but he's still the most doubled and chipped player in the NFL, bar none.
Yep.
And they're getting rid of the football very, very quickly. So if they can continue the trend of covering for those first 2 seconds, which whether or not Terrell Austin wants to admit it or not, the proof is on the tape that schematically this defense has been different since the Colts game, in that we are now playing way more too high zone coverage than we have in years. And a lot of that is with Jalen and the free safety now. So if we can do that and keep everything in front of us and take away that first read, then yeah, I think we can see some plays out of Herbig and Watt.
How about the acquisition of Kyle Duggar? It paid off really well last week.
It has paid off nicely.
74-yard touchdown return. I don't know who the quarterback was throwing the ball to, but Duggar was.
I mean,
if you watch the all 22, man, it was a perfect play call because Duggar, like it was a disguise. You know, Duggar comes up and plays that middle soft zone, and it's just it's called a robber is basically what the play is called. Mm-hmm. And Flacco is throwing to a spot because, hey, the Steelers give up slants. So I know that this guy's going to be there. I'm going to put the ball out in front of him. He's going to run for a very long time, not realizing that, hey, we actually change shit around here every once in a while. And Duggar comes up and he's just waiting on it like a Christmas ham.
All right, and then I gotta give flowers too. Now we gotta be quiet.
This is a rare occasion right here.
I gotta give flowers. So let's.
Is this gonna make me angry?
No, I gotta give flowers. Which props? I gotta give flowers to James Pierre.
I knew it. I knew that's where you were going, James Pierre.
I wish I had a button for applause or something because it's about fucking time. Look, I'm with you. James Pierre has not had the best reputation with Pittsburgh as of late. And I know last year he probably got extra hate because of the dropped fake punt that just put the spotlight on him. And he did have a couple of coverage issues.
He could have still been running.
Right, yeah, no shit. But yeah, I 100% agree. Pierre has stepped up in a big, big way. I mean, teams were trying to pick on him, and he's not that guy anymore. Like he is. I don't know what's taking him so long, but it seems like he's getting it now, and I love it. And go ahead, Chipper.
It's just amazing how like a switch has been flipped up with him or something clicked where now he's actually looking good.
Well, they brought up on a podcast that from what was being talked about on the practice field in practice, that a lot of the coaching staff didn't have confidence in him. They didn't. And he went to work himself and actually worked out with, they said he called Deion Sanders to ask him about a few things. He called Darryl Green to talk to him. And he's called some other former big name corners in the league to talk to them. He even talked to Charles Woodson about, how his coverage was, and, talked to some wide receivers like Steve Smith Jr. about how he was planting his feet. And Steve Smith Jr. was like, hey, you got to do this on these wide receivers. And he's like, just study the tape. So, I mean, he's given a lot of credit to them guys. And I guess the faith wasn't there in the locker room for the Steelers. But, hey, listen, on a sad note, D, sorry about your boy, Corey Trice. He's out again for the rest of the season. This kid cannot stay healthy.
I don't think we'll see him in Steeler uniform ever again, and maybe not in the NFL. And it is sad because you ask anybody in that building, and the local guys will tell you he was gonna be a good one. Like he was gonna be that mirror image of Joey Porter Jr. But again, from the waist down, man, that dude is made of glass, and it's sad because he is a stud.
That's totally unfortunate. He's tried everything to come back and rehab. It just, man, you just feel you can't help but just feel bad for the kid. I mean,
let me ask you this question, and I'll ask both of you this: when do you bring Asante Samuel Jr. up from the practice squad? Because there's Jack Sperry reported that, if Sante's ready to go and somebody can offer him a starting job like Philadelphia or New England or somebody, it might be time for Asante to go. I mean, go ahead.
the way the practice squad works is you have protected players, and I gotta imagine a name like him is going to be on that list.
And with the way James Pierre's been playing lately, so just keep James Pierre, bring up Asante Samuel and Darius Slay, Darius Slay. You're going to the practice squad.
Yeah, honestly, I think today is going to write the script for Asante Samuel for the rest of the year. If Darius Slay gets in there and struggles, then obviously you're going to see a lot more James Pierre. But I think they will be like, all right, we're bringing Samuel up. Pierre, you're still going to get a lot of playing time, but you're also a special teams ace, so you got to do that. And Asante is going to be there, and they're going to work him in the rotation. And don't forget, there's a chance, albeit a very outside chance, but there's a chance that Deontay could come back too.
Deontay.
Oh, Deshaun?
Deshaun Elliott? I don't know why I always fucking do that.
Deshaun Elliott?
Now, it depends who you ask. I've seen some of the guys say that playoffs are the absolute best case scenario, but we'll see. But either way, having a guy like Asante Samuel there and ready is never a bad thing, especially if old man Slay goes down or is really struggling or Pierre goes down. So I think he's going to be active a lot sooner than later.
Having the, what do you want to call it? The problem now of having too many defensive backs is actually, I don't think we ever saw this coming.
Yeah, no, it's a good problem to have, especially when you look at the guys that we have coming up and then potential playoff opponents. We're going to need to have very good secondary play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, James Pierre playing the way he's been playing now. Now, granted, it's only been a couple of games, so let's hope that he can continue doing what he's been doing for the rest of the season. But it's just a great problem to have.
Absolutely,
Never. I mean, who would have thought at the beginning of the season that Darius Slay would be the piece of crap that he's been.
Yeah,
lately, and James Pierre would be playing out of his mind.
Darius Slay last year wasn't Darius Slay of 5 years ago, but he was still very solid. And so signing him was like awesome. He can come in, he can give us solid play while mentoring Joey Porter Jr. a little bit, but he's just absolutely been a liability. And I hope that he is on a very short leash today. This receiving core that the Bears has, they're not all world. They're not T. Higgins and Jamar Spitt, but
Actua.
They're still solid in Rome Odunze and DJ Moore.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad that you brought that up of him spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Do you defend Jalen Ramsey in this case? Chipper, go ahead. Do you defend him for what he did?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Defend him. I'm upset that he didn't rip his helmet off and beat him with it Myles Garrett style.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin said it all. I have no words when somebody spits in your face. Do what comes natural. And James Harrison on his podcast, the Debo and Joe show with Joe Hayden that he does, he said I'd have went to jail. Right. They would have arrested me on the field. And I believe that 1,000,000%. I
agree.
And then to get in front of cameras, well, I didn't open my mouth to that guy. I didn't spit on nobody. I just keep going back to the old clip of Cat Williams. Did you know we can see you?
I mean, yeah, at the time when Ramsey did what he did, I'm like, what are you doing? But then, obviously he knew it was up at the time.
Oh, for sure.
And we didn't until they showed the camera angle and actually saw him do it. And then to D's point, the fact that after the game, Chase like, oh, I don't spit on anybody. I don't open my mouth to anybody. This and that. Like, seriously, dude, do you not realize that there are cameras all over?
Yeah. Like I can't walk out in my driveway and do anything without it fucking being covered by a camera somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't know that some way, shape, or form there was going to be a camera angle to show it unless they were face to face like this.
As a head coach, if your player gets in the locker room and he says that, and then the video comes out that he spit on him, what do you say to him then?
You talking about Zach Taylor?
Yeah. If you're Zach Taylor, what do you say to him? You publicly went on the media and said that you didn't spit on him, but their video shows that you did. Now, what do you say to him as a head coach?
I don't even know anymore with these guys. Like the dude's making what 40 some million a year,
something like that. Yeah.
Like, what can you say? He's still, at the end of the day, the best, if not one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Hey, don't do that anymore, bud. Like, fuck you, coach. What are you gonna do? Cut me?
Basically, yeah.
I love what fucking what Jalen said afterward. He's like, you spit on my face, then it's fuck football after that. Yep. Respectfully.
Yeah. I mean, as a team, even behind the scenes, do you go to Jamar Chase and get into his shit, and can you actually find him? I mean, obviously he's been suspended for one game, and so by the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but Ramsey got fined. What?
Yeah, 40, yeah, whatever it was. That's bullshit. Like literally, dude got spit in his face. If anything, you should be paying him for ejecting him from the fucking game.
Yeah, he got fined 40, and then on top, besides he didn't play the second half of last week's game, whatever. On top of that, he gets fined.
Yeah,
and then all Jamar Chase does is get suspended for one game. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
I agree, and I think that it should have been more than just one game. Not just excuse me, not just because he spit on him, but then because he lied about it.
Yeah,
like look, like you're caught. Like that's 2 games. And then to have the balls to appeal the suspension, like what's your fucking defense there? I would have loved to seen how they worded that appeal. Like,
well, you notice it didn't take him long to deny it.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Fuck you, you're sitting down."
Yeah, Troy Vincent or Goodell were looking at it, going, "Yeah, no,
yeah."
I don't know what was going through his mind at that time. Maybe he was scared of Ramsey, but they were jawing at each other all game.
Oh yeah,
all game. And that's what the Steelers defense needs is some toughness, man. And they haven't had that over the last couple of years.
I was literally just going to say that that's kind of what I like about Jalen Ramsey's game. He brings the toughness and talking to the smack.
Yeah. Because
as long as he backs it up, man, you can have a guy like that. You can have a guy that's going to get under people's skin, and he's probably going to get you a penalty or 2 here and there. Mm-hmm. Is what it is, but he's there to say, we're not taking shit from nobody, and I'm going to be in your face all game long. Yeah, just got to reel it in a little bit.
Taking a penalty, wasn't it not last week, but the week before, where they were up by so much, and the receiver came across, and Ramsey just laid him out anyway, even though they're up by so many points.
I don't know what the rule is for spitting on somebody in a game. That should be automatic ejection.
Automatic. Yeah, it is.
Well, the refs say they didn't see it.
Yeah. Right.
You watch all these replays from New York, and they got it on camera. You mean to tell me that somebody couldn't get in their ear and say, "Hey, he spit on him"?
Right.
He spit on him.
Yeah. After expedited review, this guy's a scumbag, and he's out of here. Like, and the chipper, the one you're thinking about, it was fucking Jamar Chase.
Was it? Okay.
The pass was high, and I think somebody got a hand on it, and Jalen just absolutely cleaned his clock.
Okay, so it was last week. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just remembered it was like inside the 10-yard line or something. It wasn't it.
It was borderline a penalty, like as far as whether or not it was late. But you're right. He just smoked him.
Yeah.
And the Steelers game is on TV today, right?
It's on TV every week. Just depends where you're at.
Yeah. It's not here.
Yeah, here it is, because thankfully for the one time this season I'm in Bear Country, so I'm in one of the. If you go and look to 506sports.com, they post the NFL TV distribution map every week, and if you go and look at it for the noon slate, it's like a little area from Chicago down to just north of Springfield, Illinois, and then it's Pennsylvania. That's it.
Who's got an NFL Sunday ticket that I can use?
1 o'clock game here is the Giants and Lions.
Who wants to watch Jameis Winston?
I could. Oh yeah,
Jameis Winston is must-see TV.
I know.
I could tell you one person that would want to watch that game.
Who, your wife?
Yes.
So do you have Sunday ticket?
No, I have that other means.
Oh yeah.
That other means. So yeah, I'll be watching it.
I wish I had that still.
I had the ticket.
Man, send me the link or something. Looks like I'm gonna have to go to a bar or something that's gonna be playing. There ain't no Steelers bars here in Elyria.
Go to Harry Buffalo.
Yeah,
Oh, not Harry Buffalo. BW3
I don't want to sit there by myself.
or Waking Lizard.
I don't want to sit there by myself. But yeah, big game for the Steelers today against Chicago. Pittsburgh is 1-8. The last 9 meetings against.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do we fall off much as far as an offense go if Mason plays instead of A-Rod, or is the offense better with Mason?
I don't know that.
Granted, we've only seen one half of football last week, so I mean,
I don't like the way that it's been trending for Aaron since the Charger game. Obviously, he had a bad game, and then he wasn't having a great game last week. In that it looked like he was having a little bit of quick feet, and I'll give credit where credit is due. Mason stands strong and doesn't seem to get around, doesn't get happy feet as much as we've seen. But to his credit, Arthur Smith has also said that he calls a different game when Mason is in there, and it's more of a quick hit, one read kind of situation. That being said, from what I saw last week, I wouldn't be opposed to Mason starting. However, I gotta believe in my heart of hearts that there's that little something extra for Aaron against the Bears. And sure. I think the motivation factor is going to be huge, even if he's in there. And me personally, I know that there's all this question of will he or won't he. I think that he's probably known in his head since Tuesday that he's not missing this game. I think he starts and maybe if they get to him and they hit his wrist, maybe he comes out. But I don't think there's any way that Mike is going to be able to stop him from playing this game.
Yeah, of course he's gonna want to play, and of course he's gonna want to play because he owns Chicago and all. But wouldn't it be beneficial for him to, if at worst case scenario, just take this week off to let his wrist, I don't want to say heal, but heal at least that little bit more without taking a risk of screwing it up even further, because we are playing Buffalo next week. So wouldn't it be beneficial for him just to take the week off? I mean, obviously, again, he's going to want to play. He's going to do everything he can to play, and it will be up to the doctors, the medical team, and what did he call him? Mr. Coach Tom? What did he call him? Coach Mr. Mike Tomlin? Is that what he called him? A-Rod called Mike Tomlin earlier this week.
Yeah.
So it's going to be up to them whether he plays or not.
So he's sucking up to the coaches so he can play.
Well, that's that is what he said, right? It was something like Mr. Coach Mike Tomlin or something like that.
Listen, to me, Mason played really good doing Mason things. That's what Mason does whenever he gets the opportunity. He has a couple good games and a couple good halves, and then he falls off the boat. But I don't know what. To me, it seems like that Mason and A-Rod got a great relationship. They were joking back and forth in a press conference this week, saying that I guess that there's a bunch of jokes that Mason writes down every week to bring into the quarterback room, and they talk about it, and that he's picking Mason's picking Rodgers' brain just like Will Howard. So.
Right, that can't be possible because the media told me all offseason that Aaron Rodgers was the locker room cancer.
Yeah, that's what Chipper said too.
I never said that.
No, you called him a diva.
I did.
Has he been a diva since he's been here? Do you think
no?
Do you think any differently of him now?
I told you guys last week. Yeah, he's exactly what I expected of him. I thought he was going to come in here and be the quarterback that he is this whole time. It's what I expected. Right, Deez? Isn't that what I said at the beginning of the season? They brought him in.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
That's what you said.
Look, one good thing that could come of his injury and him playing, which again, I am of the mind that he is going to be the starter. But one good thing that could come out of it is that maybe he won't try and do the Russell Wilson, I'm going to get outside the pocket and make plays with my feet. Maybe it'll be like, I'm not going to take a hit. I'm going to fucking 1-2 read throw. Who knows? Again, I'm okay with either quarterback. I would prefer it to be Aaron, but my confidence level doesn't really sink too much if it's Mason, for the simple fact that this Bear defense is not great as far as stopping things. Yeah, they get turnovers, but they're missing a lot of players. So I feel good about it. If we stick with a game plan, pound the ball, dump it off to Darnell, to Fryermuth, to Jonnu, whatever, quick passes, hopefully open things up and hit them over the top, because the corners that are going to be guarding DK are not by any means good. And he should be able to get open against these guys. Now, the one thing that scares me all time in Chicago, 1-12.
I actually saw that. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
1-12 in Chicago.
Yeah.
All time 1-12. And I'm proud to say that I was physically at the 1 in 1995.
Well, congratulations on all your success then.
Yeah, the game that game was really the birthplace of the legend known as Slash. That was the first game where he really started to break out in that Slash role, Cordell Stewart.
Now, under the circumstances, with Rodgers' risk being what it is, and if he does start, this would be the prime opportunity to take advantage and, well, not take advantage, but run the fucking ball.
Yeah,
to protect Aaron Rodgers. I mean, this would be the perfect opportunity to.
They're not great against the run. And again, those linebackers, their linebacking core, they are pulling from the practice squad. Put the jumbo set out there. Siamalu is healthy, which he hasn't been great, but still he was better at the guard position than Calvin or Spencer. Calvin or Spencer? Spencer. Than Spencer was. I think Spencer does better in that extra tight end role as it sits right now. But yeah, line up heavy. And Jalen, I said it last week, and I think the injury may have stopped that because he was actually rolling and then he got hurt, so they stopped using him. Jalen should have at least 20 touches, and then you can do 15 or 20 between Kenny and hopefully Caleb. Run the ball, take pressure off Aaron. If he's got to make plays, make them when you need to make them. But for the most part, I want to see him pound the rock. This needs to be Jalen's fucking breakout game.
All right, so let me ask you this question: are you both of you guys going to be upset if A-Rod don't play today?
No.
I'm upset? Totally cool. No, but I would. The asshole in me would love nothing more than Aaron Rodgers to just bend the city of Chicago over one last time.
No, I'd be perfectly fine with it again. Like I said, this would be period. Regardless if A-Rod, if he's hurt, perfect opportunity to run the piss out of the ball. And even if Mason's in there, why not run
Mason's got a little bit better. I think Mason's got a little bit better of a deep ball at this point in his career than Rodgers does.
I don't know.
Listen, I think he does, man. You got to push the ball down the field. I think he's got a little bit more, how do you say it, familiarity with DK and Calvin Austin, because he did get all the first team reps all the way up in camp and until Rodgers got there. But I'd like to see the ball pushed down the field at least 4 or 5 times if it's Mason. 4 or 5 times. I'd like to see it if it's Rodgers 2 or 3 times. You got to get the ball down the field. You got to get.
I think Mason does that anyway, because Mason comes in with the backup quarterback's mindset of fuck it, I'm already coming off the bench, huck it, chuck it, football. But yeah, my dream scenario today is Aaron's in there, and I know they won't call this just because of the injury, but he gets outside of the pocket on a bootleg and scores a touchdown, gives him the old discount double check, and just tells him daddy's home.
Aaron, the only way Aaron can do that is if he gets a rushing touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. A little bootleg that's outside of the pocket to the pylon.
I don't see that happening.
No, probably not. But
to Deeze's point, though, I mean, they're coming in. The Bears are coming in with linebackers off the practice squad. So there's no reason in the world why you shouldn't run the ball. And to your point about throwing the ball deep, I don't know, guys. To me, it seems like lately, last couple weeks, Aaron hasn't been throwing a good deep ball.
No, he hasn't. The one,
I mean,
he missed DK bad. But I think that was a combination of two factors. Aaron threw a bad ball and DK kind of ran a flat route. But yeah, he's definitely been off without question. There's something where he's not quite been all there, which is why
your finger on his passing hand against the Colts.
I don't know. He may have give him a fucking Percocet and let's get out there and win a football game.
Give him some ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah. I don't care. Ayahuasca smelling salts. He can snort perks on the sideline, whatever it takes to get a little old Aaron Rodgers magic, and maybe facing this Bears team is going to be the motivating factor that he kicks into the high gear, because while the Bears have traditionally dominated us, we already know that Aaron is the owner of Chicago, despite what the McCaskies say. He's 25-5 against them all time. So we'll see. But
it would be like Big Ben owning the Cleveland Browns, because he's 27-3-1 against the Browns.
Very, very similar. I mean,
yeah.
But the Bears have been through hell. I've lived here most of my life. And granted, this is what, Caleb's second or third year. And he's looking like the closest to a franchise quarterback that the Bears have had in my lifetime. Like, they've had guys come in and have flashes for a year or two, and then they just completely shit the bed. Caleb started out kind of rough with a few points of magic here and there, and then this year looks like things are starting to click. Give credit to Ben Johnson for that as well, but this might be finally the answer to the Bears' questions for quarterback for as long as I can remember.
Speaking of former Bears quarterback and former Steelers quarterback, did you guys see the rumor that's going around that Arthur Smith loves Justin Fields and will want to bring him back at the end of the season? Did you guys see that?
No.
I don't know. That sounds like a Andrew Filipponi pile of bullshit.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about it on Twitter.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I've seen enough of Justin. He's not a franchise quarterback.
No,
he's not.
No, I think he could do better, as we saw in this offense, than he was doing. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do with him with the Jets, but I'm of the mind that he's had enough time, and I realize that he's bounced from system to system to system. It's just not there for whatever reason. That it is not there. And no, I would bring him in only on the dirt cheap with like your backup. You are a backup no matter what. You are a backup. But
so would you rather have him as a backup or Mason?
Mason
for this year?
For say next year, if Rodgers comes back. Who and Justin?
So we have the same quarterback room that we have.
Yes,
Mason.
Sure,
I agree.
Fuck, I agree. I'll even take Will Howard, even though he hasn't taken a snap yet.
I don't want them to bring in a veteran. If Aaron hangs it up, I don't want them to bring in somebody as a starting quarterback. I don't.
So you want them to give the job to either Mason or give the job to Will Howard?
Yes.
If they don't get a superstar rookie, which I don't think that they will, unless they make some magic happen to jump in there. But yeah, give me Mason, give me Will, and let's just see what happens. If your surefire number one quarterback is not there when you make your pick, don't reach. Don't reach on Lenore Sellers, who has absolutely bottomed out this season after all the hype. Don't reach on a quarterback in the first round. You go out and you get a Carnell Tate or whoever is there in the wide receiver in that whatever range that we're in. Don't reach for a QB. Maybe in the second or the third, if there's a guy there that kind of piques your interest, you could grab one as a wait and see. But then you tell Mason and you tell Will, fucking let's see who's better.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
While I'm not as dumb as many of the people on that stupid Facebook group that Dave invited me to, Steeler Couch or whatever the fuck. God, those people are, oh my Lord. I used to think that Pittsburgh had some smart fans until I got on that Facebook page. Those motherfuckers, they're like, well, play Will Howard now. You might as well. We're 6-4 and in the fucking lead of the division. And you want to turn the goddamn ball over to a guy who does not have a single snap in the NFL. at all. Not even preseason. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, yeah.
How you really feel, D's?
Oh, dude, I'm surprised I haven't been kicked from the group because, like, literally, I quit sugarcoating shit. When somebody posts something stupid, I was like, well, there it is. That's the most retarded fucking thing I've seen all day. Congratulations.
Did the Steelers report that Mason's out? Because Donnie said Rodgers out, Mason in, then like 4 touchdowns from Mason.
Rodgers out, Mason in, then okay. So he's saying if Aaron Rodgers is out, then Mason comes in and throws 4 TD passes.
I don't see Mason doing that.
I don't either. I won't be mad at it, but
not in this offense.
I don't think Mason's had a 4 touchdown game in his career. I think maybe he's had a 3. Didn't he have 3 against Buffalo in the playoffs?
Yeah, he lit up Cincinnati that
What's up, bro?
2023 as well. I don't remember how many TDs he had, but I know he caught fire that game.
I just don't. You guys are talking about drafting a quarterback next year. Guys, is there actually a legitimate quarterback out there that you actually take in the first round right now? I mean, they're all ass.
Mendoza's not. Mendoza has been just a house of fire. Like against the Big Ten, against the competition he's played, he has not wilted under pressure. So there's zero chance that he's going to be there
right
when we pick, unless, like I said, Omar fucking gives up 3 first, and that's not going to happen. Sayan is trending in that top 5 area. We'll see how the rest of the season goes, and the combine, of course. But yeah, going into this season, you could make an argument that there were 6 or 7 potential first round quarterbacks, and none of them have lived up to the hype at all.
Nesmeyer is pretty much falling off. Actually, he got benched. He's been benched, right?
Yeah.
Nesmeyer?
Yeah. And Sellers, who many thought if he would have came out last year would have been a top 10 pick, he has just absolutely fallen off. I think his completion percentage went from like 62 to 51, 52, something like that, with a lot of turnovers. But yeah, other than Mendoza and Sayan, and the kid from Alabama is also kind of a tweener.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I don't see first round talent yet.
Neither do I.
So at this point, I'm leaning wide receiver, or depending on what happens these last few weeks, maybe offensive tackle. But I still will say that if they get a true, like, pure blood offensive line coach that can actually teach technique, I still think Broderick Jones can be a monster. He's got a bad coach, man. Pat Meyer has no business coaching in the NFL. Dante Moore is also one that has shown that he might be a guy as well. I did forget about him, but that's because he plays on the West Coast and usually plays when I'm in bed.
I've seen mock, a couple already way too soon mock drafts where we either draft Dante Moore or Carnell Tate. So
give me Carnell Tate all day long.
Oh, I absolutely will take Carnell Tate if he's there, but I don't know that I actually fall that far.
I'm usually of the mind of fuck Ohio State, but if it's a wide receiver, I'm all about it because that's one thing they can do.
Wait. I forgot you're that team.
Oh, he's a Northwestern guy.
No, he's not. He likes Big Blue.
Oh, the shit team up north?
Ain't you a Michigan Wolverines fan?
No, my cousin is.
Oh, your cousin is.
Yeah.
Who do you like college-wise?
My team would be the Gators, who are an absolute fucking joke right now. I lived down there. I met Emmitt Smith when he was in college. I've always been a Florida fan. I liked Steve Spurrier while he was there. They got to get their coaching situation figured out. And then like Illinois, but we're never relevant enough for me to really admit it. This year they're solid, but
yeah, they lost last night.
Yeah, to fucking 2-7 Wisconsin or whatever. That's Illinois. That is Illinois. They can fucking go out and beat the number 5 team in the country or whatever, and then the next week they lose to the worst fucking team in the Big Ten. Doesn't matter who their players are. Doesn't matter who their coach is. That's Illinois football in a nutshell for you.
All right, so let's get into our picks for this week. Go ahead. These, you got them pulled up?
I do. We have kicking it off. No, we're done with the international games, right? Last week was it.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right.
Thank God.
Thank God.
These are the international games have been so bad. I'm sorry.
They have, but and again, I think it was last week when Ryan said they need to stop this. I got bad news for you. It's never going to happen. It's only going to get worse. We are going to have international games in the NFL for the foreseeable future, and there's going to come a time when we have one every single week. It's coming.
Might be there might be a team that calls that their home here pretty soon.
Wouldn't be surprised at all if Jacksonville trends upward. They might be able to actually start pulling enough people in that shithole to keep the team there. Yeah, but if
that's where Chipper's boy went, Juan Thornhill.
Yeah, good luck.
Duval.
Juan Thornhill.
All right, kicking it off the noon slate, we have the New England Patriots, who are also fucking frauds. I want to say, yeah, they're talented, but they're not 9-2 good. Anyway, they're taking on the Jamar Chaseless Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow has not been activated, and if Cincinnati activates him, their entire organization should be thrown in the Ohio River.
Is Drake May for real?
I think he is. He's got something. Now, I don't think that they are as good as 9-2 says they are, for the simple fact that they are playing on a horrible last place schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, they might get exposed come playoff time a little bit, but whether we like it or not, they are coming. That Vrabel's got them boys, like, they're back. Patriots should absolutely destroy the Bengals, though, especially without Jamar Chase.
I got the Patriots.
I got the Patriots.
Yep.
All right, then we got the New York Football Giants taking on the Detroit Lions. Jameis Winston.
Does anybody want the Giants?
Listen, no. I want to take the Giants because of Jameis, because Jameis is must-see TV.
Well, then take them.
Jared Goff at home, indoors.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the Lions.
Yeah.
Jameis going to have 4 touchdowns.
The other way.
Yeah, he might have 2 his way and 2 the other way, but he'll have 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I got the Lions here too. Moving on, a big NFC North matchup. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Donnie, why would you want the Bengals to win? Donnie says New England, but he hopes the Bengals win. Why?
Well, because in all fairness, if New England continues to slip and we get a horseshoe lodged up our ass and somehow end up in a tie with New England, we got the tiebreaker there because we did beat them.
True. That's true.
All right.
Plus, it's New England. The Bengals are not a threat. I'll always root against the Patriots, no matter who they're playing, unless it's Baltimore.
This game will be a dandy. Packers and Vikings.
Yeah, I think we can all safely say that we don't know who the fuck either one of these teams are.
Correct.
JJ McCarthy has regressed immensely from the hype anyway. He didn't really have anything on tape, but a lot of turnovers. But the Packers are also like, who the fuck are they?
Yeah, the Packers look like they were the team to beat in the North or in the NFC. But yeah, they've come back to reality the last few weeks. So
I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'm gonna agree with Donnie.
Where's it at?
Is it in Lambeau?
It's in Lambeau, and that's why I'm going with the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, I'm switching my pick. I'm taking the Packers.
Yeah, JJ's been turning the ball over, and I think Micah might meet him today, so I'm going to take Green Bay here. Then we got we have to even talk about this game. Seattle going to Tennessee.
Oh boy,
Seattle.
Yeah. Seahawks, big. Then we got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
At Kansas City.
Colts.
I'm going with Colts only because the Chiefs have to prove to me that they're still legit. So I even though it's at Kansas City, I like the Colts.
Colts coming off of a bye. Shane Steichen's not a horrible coach. Chiefs are trending in the wrong direction. I'm going to go with the Colts, but I also won't be surprised if the Chiefs throttle them. Just to say we're not dead yet, but I'm going to take the Colts here.
Colts are another team that are product of their schedule.
Yeah, exactly. Jets, Raven, Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Tyrod Taylor is now the starter for the Jets, but I don't care who it is.
It's the Jets. Who cares?
Yeah. The Cleveland Browns travel to Vegas. Shedeur Sanders making his first start, taking on the Raiders.
Could possibly be the prison inmate game of the week.
Listen,
Yeah.
God.
I'm gonna take the visiting team.
Hold on. Before you make that pick, let me give you one interesting stat. Since the reinvention of the Cleveland Browns back in 2000 and whatever it was, the starting quarterback for the Browns in his debut start has never won. It's like 0-19 or something like that.
I'm still taking.
I can't do it. Give me the Raiders.
Yeah, give me the Raiders.
I mean, I literally don't know. The only thing that's wanting me to take the team from Huntington Bank Field is the defense. That's the only reason why I'm wanting to take the team from Huntington.
Geno sucks.
That's what I mean.
Did you watch Shedeur Sanders? Wait, I know this might throw us into overtime, but I don't care. How do you have a backup quarterback that you don't give a single fucking snap to in practice? Not one. Like, they should fucking fire Stefanski for that alone. How do you not take an extra 10 minutes and be like, all right, Shedeur, here's fucking 6 plays, run them. But no, not a single first team rep. Well, what the fuck are you guys doing in Cleveland?
That's been the talk on
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been the talk on radio and whatever in the area.
That is coaching malpractice of the highest order.
You know
anyway,
what?
Give me the Raiders.
I'm going to take the team from first Huntington Bank Field because of the defense.
So Jesus Shedeur Sanders Christ is going to be the first quarterback to win his debut start.
I mean, sure.
Hey, there's a first time for everything out there, and this
there is.
I mean, him and Geno aren't going to look like Pro Bowl quarterbacks, but because of the fact that the team from Huntington Bank Field has a way better defense than the Raiders, that's the only reason.
It is a hell of an edge, but
I know this is off topic, and this is not even the same league, but have you guys seen the beef between Kenyon Martin and Draymond Green?
Draymond Green has a beef with everybody that's not. Sometimes even the guys on his team.
It is freaking hilarious. I will send you the TikTok link about it, Chipper. You'll laugh your ass off what Draymond Green says about Kenyon Martin. It's hilarious. But anyway, go ahead.
All right. The Jaguars traveling down to take on Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals. That is a 3:00 game.
Who is it? Cardinals and who?
Jaguars.
Oh, I missed that.
Duval.
Brissett's been on been on a roll.
He's playing well. Unfortunately, the rest of the team is not, helping him out all that much. Jaguars are one of those. Who are they this week?
I mean, I think we've pretty much seen the end of Kyler Murray under center in Arizona. I think,
Yeah.
The next round starting quarterback.
Jacksonville or Arizona? God, give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm going to take Jacksonville too. They might be looking like they're getting their shit together, which means that they absolutely will get destroyed today because I said that. But I'm still going to pick them.
Juan Thornhill with a pick 6.
He's got to be near the receiver in order to intercept it.
That's a bold statement, Chipper. A very bold statement. All right, go ahead. Next one.
Eagles, Cowboys at the Jerry World. 3:25 kickoff. Eagles are only 3-point favorites in that game.
Another one. Dallas is. They're both basically the same team. God.
Eagles fly.
They're the opposite, actually. Dallas can't stop anybody. The Eagles can't score on anybody. Dallas offense is great. And Philly's defense is great. So somebody's got to actually outperform themselves.
I'll go Dallas. I'll go with that blue star.
That's blue star. I'll take the fly. Eagles fly.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I think that the inner turmoil of the Eagles is going to catch up to them, and this might be the week that it happens. Falcons taking on the Saints.
Ugh, another prison inmate game of the week.
Yep. Michael Penix out for the year, so Kirko Chains is the starting quarterback.
And Drake London is out.
Yeah.
I'll still take the Falcons because they have Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Falcons here too, and what's probably going to be a really fucking ugly game.
Dave?
Who is it?
New Orleans and Atlanta.
Give me Kirk Cousins.
All right. Sunday Night Football tonight on NBC. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Rams. Chris Godwin looks like he's going to play, as well as Bucky Irving. So that should give the Bucs a huge boost. However, that Rams defense has just been Super Bowl level, and Matthew Stafford is still Matthew Stafford.
Rams.
I got to go Rams. I think it's going to be a good game. I think Baker is going to cook, and I want to see Godwin actually stay on the field for a full game. But at the end of the day, give me the Rams. Dave?
Rams.
Yeah. Monday Night Football, we have the Panthers taking on the 49ers in San Francisco.
Brock Purdy playing?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
49ers.
Yeah, Panthers are fool's gold. Dowdle's for real, but I just got a feeling the Niners will have enough to win. And
I'm going Panthers.
Finally, the game we're all here for, the Pittsburgh Steelers travel to Chicago, which is about 2.5 hours away from here, despite what Dave will tell you week after fucking week. Taking on the Bears. Steelers 1-12 all time in Chicago. We know Aaron Rodgers is daddy. So who you guys got?
Go ahead, Chipper. You asked me this last night before I left the Moose. Go ahead, Chipper. Who you got?
Steelers.
Score.
20-16.
Bees, who you got?
Man. Only, I hate to put the jinx on him, but I'm only saying this because my brother is at the game right now, probably drinking beers with Kevin Adams from the Terrible Tailgate and the Steel Here podcast. And my brother has been to, I think, 10 or 11 Steeler games, and he has never witnessed an in-person loss.
So your brother's a big Steelers fan?
My whole family's Steeler fans, bro.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with the big bro Juju there. I'm probably gonna regret it, but I'm gonna say that we somehow find a way to get a win.
Score.
I'm gonna go 27-23.
I'm gonna take the Steelers, and I'm gonna go 28-26. Boswell kicks or 27-26. Boswell kicks the game winner.
I was gonna say, if you're saying 28 and Boswell kicking the winner, we're gonna have some weird scoring going on. But
well, I mean, extra point could be the game-winning kick.
Look, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if it's 3-2. We need a win.
I think the Steelers get a 2-point conversion in this game.
Yeah, this is a game that we got to have just because of the nature of our schedule going down the stretch. Got to have it.
All right, guys. That's another episode here of Steel City Renegades. Week number 12. We'll be back next week here. Same time, same channel.
Hey, by the way, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy the holidays.
So for D's, all the way from the cornfields of Chicago, for Tripper from right here in Elyria, Ohio, and for me,
Elyria, Ohio.
Elyria, Ohio. Have a good one, everybody, and enjoy your holiday. Enjoy your Sunday. We're out. Steel City Renegades.
Yeah.
Go Steelers.